Let's have a look at this Keilwerth. This Keilwerth model is the SX90. It's not to be confused with the SX90R because the R stands for rolled tone holes. This has regular straight edged tone holes. Now this came to me in, let's just say, a funky state. It really needed rebuilding, setting up, and that's exactly what I've done with this. And this is what the Keilwerth here looked like a few days ago. I stripped it down, rebuilt it. I had to do a soldering here because one of the posts was loose. Also, some of the posts were loose in the terms of the key work was wobbling around between them, so I had to tap them back into place. I had to readjust the springs, and I changed out all the pearl keys for new ones because the other ones looked like this. They were so worn down, and actually some of them were not original. Somebody had cut out a piece of plastic and stuck them in. So yes, they needed replacing, and now they look a lot better and they function a lot better. But this has now been fully redone and it is functioning as it should. So let's have a look around this Keilwerth. Julius Keilwerth SX90. It also has some nice bell engraving there. You can see that all the way down and on the bow where my hand's holding it. You see in your E-flat keys have this, I would say, angular bit there. It's sort of scooped out, so if you're going from E-flat to C, that's going to be a nice smooth transition. It works really well. It has a high F sharp, which is right there wiggling under my finger. Now there's a device I really like, and that's the non-sticking G sharp mechanism. That's a fantastic little device. How many times have we been playing saxophones and your G sharp sticking? Well, not with this little bad boy added. So saxophone manufacturers, you should be adding these as standard. It would help so much. As I mentioned earlier, I replaced the pearl buttons with these nice, shiny, lovely pearl buttons there. The same goes for the left hand. I had to change all them out because they were, what can I say, horrible and worn away and bits of plastic just stuck in. And there's the pinky cluster doing its little thing. It's a very comfortable mechanism. Now this is a great little feature. The fact that you can adjust the height of these palm keys is absolutely wonderful. How many times do sax players stick on a bit of rubber or a bit of cork? I mean, this takes away all the need for that. You just adjust the height you want, turn it to the angle that you want, make sure your little paws are comfortable, and there you go. This is fantastic. And there's my little friend, the octave key, doing its little wiggly octave key stuff. Go on there, son. Now there's another little device which is good, especially for saxophone technicians. You can unscrew this. That means it's much easier to adjust this pad. Here's a different angle of that C to E flat. You can see how it's scooped there. That's much easier when you're going between that key and that key. Easier to glide between the two. The body to bell brace is a 3-point connection. Although it does look different, it's still basically just a 3-point connection here. So there you go, that's the Keilwerth SX90. So Keilwerths are considered one of the big four in saxophone makers, along with Yamaha, Ligature and Selmer. And they are also what you call a large board instrument. Here's the neck of this Keilwerth. You can see now it fits lovely like a glove. But if I take this regular Selmer style neck, here we go. If I put it in, it wobbles around. So the neck diameter of this Keilwerth is noticeably larger than, say, a regular Selmer sized neck or Yamaha neck. Hence the name large board instrument. Let's put this back before I forget it. Now I am quite a fan of large board instruments because you can shovel a lot of air through these things. And when you're in a setting on a stage where you need to play a bit louder, that can be quite a useful thing. But yes, having a large board instrument usually equates to, I would say, slightly more power. I mean, that's just my findings from trying so many and owning so many large board instruments. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of power in the Selmers and the Yamaha size, but I do find that these sort of instruments have a bit more grunt and a bit more guts to the sound, if you know what I mean. And talking about the sound, let's get right into it. I'm going to give you a quick demo and I'll speak to you a lot after I've noodled around. So there you go, yet another tenor on my channel, on my ever-growing, I would say, video diary of saxophone gear and microphones and whatever. So what did you think of this Keilwerth, this SX90? Feel free to write your comments down there, what you thought about this, but I'll give you my view on it. This is really, really good, and I emphasize really twice because it is absolutely wonderful to play. Now, I used to own the vintage model SX90R with the rolled tone holes, and that was a stunning looking tenor and it had a great sound, but I always felt there was something a little bit lacking, or something, let's just say, more vanilla in the sound, if you get what I mean. Not to put it down, just it didn't have what I wanted. But when I played this one, wow, it has a bit more of an attitude towards it than the rolled tone hole brother of it. Now, if I was to choose between the SX90 and the SX90R, I think I would go safely with the SX90, because for my sound concept, it has a bit more edge and a bit more bite and just a bit more cheekiness in the tone, if you get what I mean. It's got a bit more sizzle, a bit more impact when you push it. When I went up the Altissimo in the jam, it just came straight out. It's an easy playing horn and it has a big, big gutsy sound. And I was still able to maintain my brightness and edge that I want. This is a great tenor. And that's not to put down the rolled tone hole version, the SX90R. That is a good tenor in its own right. I think it leans more to a darker sound. And that's just not for me. But a lot of players out there, maybe you out there, love that darker sound. So if you're going for a Keilwerth, maybe you want to look at the SX90R for a slightly darker, thicker sound. Whereas this will just scream at you all day if you want it to. But it's not always about the altissimo and screaming and playing loud, although that is fun. It's still able to maintain a thickness and a nice core to the sound. So this is a great all-round tenor. And would I use this as a main horn? The answer is absolutely yes, I would. Now this will be a serious professional level horn for anybody. If you're an advanced player or somebody stepping up, or even a professional, this will be a great choice, especially if you want a bit more oomph and a bit more power in your sound. This, because it's a large bore, it's able to handle that extra airstream that I was pushing through it, and that's exactly why I like these large bore instruments. But I like a lot of saxophones. That's probably why I have way too many, or should I say not enough. Anyway, we can debate that all day, but that's just my view on this Keilwerth. Well, thank you so much for coming this far. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Maybe you've learned something about these large bored Keilwerths. Maybe you just fancy checking out the video, or maybe you're just bored and you want to check out this stupid head. These large bored tenor saxophones are so much fun to play. If you get the chance to try one, go for it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But that said, thank you very much. Can you do me a huge favour? Click on the like button, and it's free to click on the subscribe. I want to grow my channel, and that means you have to do your bit, so I respect that a lot. Thank you so much. Feel free to leave any comments, and I will catch you lot in the next video. Bye bye for now.